You hear it again. That sharp scratching sound cutting through the quiet room. It's not normal scratching. It's fast, aggressive, almost desperate. Your dog isn't relaxed. Their body is tense. Their leg moving over and over like they can't stop. You lean closer, and suddenly it hits you. The skin is red, raw, maybe even slightly wet. And just like that, something small doesn't feel small anymore. Comment yes if your dog has ever done this. Because what you're seeing right now, most owners get it wrong. You think it's just itching. Maybe dry skin. Maybe fleas. Maybe it'll go away on its own. No, that's not it. In many cases, that's already the beginning of a skin infection. And the dangerous part is how easy it is to ignore in the early stage. A little scratching, a little licking, a tiny red patch that doesn't seem urgent. But under the surface, bacteria or yeast are already growing. Quietly, spreading, waiting, and every time your dog scratches, they make it worse. Every scratch creates micro damage to the skin. Every lick adds moisture that feeds bacteria. It becomes a loop you don't see until it's too late. Scratch leads to damage. Damage leads to infection. Infection leads to more itch. And more itch leads to more scratching. It escalates faster than you think. In many cases, a minor irritation can turn into a real infection within just 24 to 72 hours. That's one weekend. One busy schedule. One moment of, I'll check it later. And when you finally notice, the skin is inflamed, the hair is gone, the area feels warm, sensitive. Now it's no longer just irritation. It's something deeper. And here's the part that hits harder than most people expect. Your dog doesn't understand what's happening. They just feel uncomfortable, restless, anxious, unable to stop. They look at you, not playful, not excited, just confused, almost like they're asking for help without knowing how to say it. But here's a question almost no one asks. What if the way you're trying to help is actually making it worse? Quick check. Comment yes if this surprised you. Because not every solution people try is safe or effective. Some home treatments trap moisture. Some products irritate the skin even more. Some owners skip the most important step entirely. And that's where things go wrong. If you catch it early, you can absolutely help your dog at home. But only if you understand what's really happening beneath the surface. The first thing most people underestimate is cleaning. This step is everything. Bacteria thrive in dirt, oil, and moisture. If you don't clean the area properly, nothing else you apply will work the way you expect. A simple saline rinse or a properly diluted antiseptic solution can remove bacteria, reduce inflammation, and calm the skin before it gets worse. Think of it like this: you wouldn't put cream on a dirty wound. Right? The same logic applies here. Once the area is clean, the next critical step is drying. Moisture is the hidden enemy. Dogs lick constantly. Their fur traps dampness. And that warm, moist environment is exactly what bacteria need to multiply faster. After cleaning, gently pat the area dry. Don't rub, don't leave it damp, because even a small amount of leftover moisture can slow healing and keep the infection alive. Now comes the part that most owners are actually looking for: relief. This is where natural soothing options can make a real difference if used correctly. Diluted apple cider vinegar can help reduce bacterial growth. Coconut oil has natural antibacterial properties and can soothe irritated skin. Oatmeal treatments can calm inflammation and reduce itching. These aren't just comfort solutions. They support the skin's ability to recover. But even with the right treatments, nothing will improve if your dog keeps scratching. This is the part that requires the most discipline from owners. You have to break the scratching cycle. Because healing cannot begin while damage is still happening. Trim your dog's nails. Use a protective cone if needed. Distract them with toys or attention. It may feel uncomfortable to restrict them, but it's necessary, because every second of scratching resets the healing process. As you start applying these steps, you should begin to see small improvements within 2 to 3 days. The redness starts to fade. The scratching slows down. The skin looks drier, calmer. That's how you know you're on the right track. But if you don't see improvement, or if things get worse, that's your signal to act differently. And this is where many owners make a costly mistake. They wait. They hope. They try one more home remedy. But here's the truth: not all skin infections are mild. Some signs mean the situation is already more serious than it looks. If the skin has a strong, unpleasant smell, If you see yellow discharge or pus, if the area is spreading quickly, or if your dog seems low energy, withdrawn, not acting like themselves, those are warning signs. At that point, home treatment alone is not enough. Waiting longer doesn't fix it. It allows the infection to go deeper, making it harder and more expensive to treat later. And here's the twist that surprises most people. Sometimes the skin infection isn't the real problem. It's a symptom. The visible irritation is just what you can see. But the cause may be something deeper like allergies, poor diet, parasites, or even stress. So if your dog keeps getting skin issues again and again, you're not dealing with a surface problem. You're dealing with an underlying trigger that hasn't been addressed. That's why some dogs seem to heal and then suddenly relapse. It's not random. It's a pattern. And once you start seeing it that way, everything changes. You stop reacting and start understanding. You stop guessing and start observing. Because your dog isn't just itching. They're communicating in the only way they can. Through behavior, through discomfort, through changes that are easy to miss if you're not looking closely. And the moment you start paying attention early, everything becomes easier. The treatment is simpler. The recovery is faster. The stress is lower for both of you. So here's what matters most. Don't wait for it to get worse. Don't ignore the small signs. And don't assume it will fix itself. Because the earlier you act, the less your dog has to suffer. Comment yes if your dog has ever struggled with this. Hit like so more dog owners learn to recognize the early signs before it turns serious. And subscribe, because the next thing you learn here might be the one that keeps your dog safe, comfortable, and finally at ease.